Hello, callers. Welcome back to Viva Barca and welcome to another interesting episode where we are going to be discussing on the latest transfer stories. We start with Bernardo Silva, as the Manchester City player is still strongly linked with Barca, and they are reporting now that Manchester City are demanding 80 million euro for the Barca target, but the deal currently looks impossible for Barca. We are going to be discussing on that as we progress. Secondly, talking about out of favor right back Sergiño Dest, as the Barca outcast still reiterate his desire to continue at Barca next season and convince Xavi. We are going to be discussing more on that. So guys, as we get right into the full stories, please do ensure to subscribe if you haven't. Turn on the post bell notification to always stay notified whenever I post a new video. Consider liking the video and please watch it right up to the very end. Barca have been dealt with a fresh blow in the bid to sign Bernardo Silva, although the club have given up their pursuit of the Manchester City star a while ago. It appears there is practically no chance of signing the player this summer. According to Luis Rojo, Man City are demanding a whopping 80 million euros for his services. This makes the Portuguese international an unaffordable target for the Catalan giants FC Barcelona. The club are facing an economic crisis and must get rid of their unwanted stars in order to reduce their inflated wage bill. Luis Rojo's update on Bernardo Silva came shortly after a report which suggested Manchester City are seeking an ambitious swap deal involving Silva and Frenkie de Jong, but it appears the Premier League giants favor a cash deal for the playmaker. Formerly of Benfica, Bernardo Silva has enjoyed immense success since joining Manchester City in 2017. He has featured in over 300 matches for Man City, winning almost everything there is to win in European and English football. However, shortly after securing the Champions League title last month, Bernardo Silva hinted at his desire to start a new adventure elsewhere. Barcelona were touted as a possible destination, with the player himself keen on plying his trade for the Catalans. But the Blaugrana are not in a position to fund a move for Bernardo Silva, which means the club must shift their focus to other alternatives. Giovanni Lo Celso could reportedly emerge as the deal choice for Barca, as they look to reinforce their options in the creative department. However, it must be noted that Barca are likely to prioritize a move for a right back and a defensive midfielder before they set their sights on a lucrative midfielder. Of course, Bernardo Silva's move have always looked as an impossible task, despite everything that the media says. Of course, the player who really wants to join Barca, it's true that he really wants to join Barca. But when we look at the fact that we already have creative midfielders like Pedri, Ilkay Gundogan, I always ask myself, how does Xavi want to rotate the midfield? Because it's going to be choked out. Yes, we understand that the manager likes to have them. Of course, everybody, we as a team, we want our team to have that squad depth, so that players can be easily rotatable. Of course, considering that Xavi wants to compete and win all the trophies possible next season, in fact the quadruple, whatever, which means we need squad depth. But when we look at top class players, there's always a problem bringing a lot of top class players in the same position. Because if you are not a good man manager, like Xavi has proved that he's not a good manager for man management, like how Pep Guardiola is, obviously some players might be angry that they are not getting game time because Xavi will favor one player over the other all the time. But for Bernardo Silva's case, of course, many Barca fans would like him to join, but not at the expense of another player. We have Frenkie de Jong. A lot of reports have been talking about how Man City has eyeing Frenkie de Jong, and there's a potential swap deal that City would like to propose. But personally, as a Barca fan, I think that would be bad business for Barca if Barca accepts such a proposal. But I don't think Barca will be open to such. Xavi, Laporta have always said that they will never sell Frenkie de Jong again after the error that they almost committed last summer when Manchester United agreed 85 million for the player when Barca was so desperate, as they are still desperate till today. But the player dug his heels and said he won't leave the club. And now Xavi is even saying that luckily we didn't. In fact, luckily the player did refuse to leave because they all saw the importance of Frankie de Jong last season, and of course, he will continue to be an important player for Barcelona even this season. Then, moving on to the next story of discussion. Speaking in an interview, Barca outcast Sergiño Dest has stated that he wishes to stay put at Barca this summer amid reports of an exit. Dest is back at pre-season training with the squad, spending last season away at AC Milan on loan, where he struggled a lot to make an impact. Now back at Barca, Dest has been linked with a move away, with reports suggesting that the La Liga champions intend to sell him permanently. Why not ruling out a loan exit if his wages are covered? At the same time, though, some other media outlets have suggested that Xavi will give Dest a chance to prove himself in the preseason and earn a spot for himself in the squad for the upcoming campaign. Amidst all this, Dest has outlined his intentions to stay at the club and he's prepared to give his all. He said, I'm totally focused on my work every day and in my mind is to stay at Barca, enjoy a great season, yeah. If it is up to me, I want to stay. Shedding light on his talks with Xavi, he said, Xavi told me that I'm starting from scratch and I agreed and I have to show my qualities. Everyone starts from scratch. I know I'm a bit behind, but I'm sure I'll work and do my best for the whole team. I will try to do my best, Dest said. Dest joined Barca from Ajax 3 years ago for 21 million. He admitted that it is a difficult situation, but he wished to keep a positive look. He said, it's a difficult moment now in my career, and in this situation, you can take two paths. One, be negative or think positive. And I'm always one of those who have a positive mentality to work and change things, he remarked. So, guys, with that, we have come to an end of this episode. Thanks a lot for watching. Until next time, bye bye.